Florida State's defense was awesome in 2023, with players like Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, Tatum Bethune, Kalen DeLoach. It seems like almost every player on that defensive side of the ball has NFL potential. We've talked about a number of these guys, but the cornerbacks on FSU really flew under the radar. Renardogreen has been flying up boards over the last month and a half or so, but the other cornerback in Florida State was elite for the Seminoles in 2023, and that is Jarrian Jones. In a pretty loaded cornerback class, how high do we see Jones get taken in the 2024 NFL Draft? That is what we will be talking about in today's video. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment and let me know which players you guys want to see me talk about in the next video. And without further ado, let's take a closer look at Jarrian Jones. Jones has been pretty locked down for the Seminoles over the last few seasons, and he's pretty hard to throw the ball against. In 2022, Jones finished the year allowing 11 receptions and 114 yards. He had an interception, and the production carried over into 2023, as he finished allowing 115 yards on 16 receptions, and he had 3 interceptions. He's been awesome for the Seminoles, and yet it doesn't seem like he's getting very much love in the draft class. Many people see Jones as a slot corner at the NFL level, and it makes sense. But I will say, I think he has the abilities to play on the outside. For one, he has the size. He is 6 foot, 191 pounds, and he has some solid length as well. He has the size to play on the boundary, and he did it at Florida State. They lined him up everywhere on the field, whether that be in the slot, on the outside. He's a versatile defensive back, simply due to his size and play styles. With that being said, he started his collegiate career as an outside corner. Florida State moved him to the slot this year, and he had the most production in his entire career, so it's going to be very interesting to see where he suits up. Jones is a natural mover for the cornerback position. Every movement felt so clean, so sharp, and he was extremely flexible at the position as well. He had fluid hips, and he did a good job at matching up with different receivers on the field, and I really like his movement abilities in space, and I think he shows some solid upside in those areas. Jones is pretty solid in coverage. Both in man coverage and in zone coverage, he shows his chops. I think he's better in man coverage simply because he has the movement skills, but he also displays a little bit of physicality as well. He has a nice punch at the line of scrimmage, and he's a well-rounded cornerback prospect. While Jones is a willing run defender and he comes downhill, and I appreciate that, I had some concerns. He had a number of missed tackles. This was an issue that also showed up on tackling in space. He just was not a very strong or sure tackler, and I want to see him get better at that in the NFL and do a better job at wrapping up. He's super fast for the position, but some people have questioned his acceleration. While it's not something that I'm particularly worried about, it's something that some people have questioned, so I thought I'd mention it. He had a pretty good 10-yard split. I'm not really worried about Jones' acceleration. The last thing that I didn't like about Jones, however, was his motor. He gave up on plays too early sometimes, especially when going to make a tackle. He had a guy in sight, and he would just stop the play. That is not going to fly in the NFL, and he's definitely going to need to work on that at the next level. I like Jones quite a bit, but there are some issues, and him being seen as a slot guy does hurt him a bit in the NFL. With that being said, I think he can provide some solid value, and he's my number 16 corner in the draft class. I think he has some solid upside and potential in the NFL, and can do a lot of things well. Jones is going to be a slot in the league. While he can play on the outside, he had some struggles there, and I think the way he plays in zone coverage is perfectly suited to be a good slot corner. The potential is there to play on the outside, but he needs a little bit more refinement, and I think he's more pro-ready to play in the slot. My player comparison for Jarrian Jones is Cleveland Browns corner Greg Newsome. Newsome has very similar measurements and also is extremely athletic, but he has the versatility that Jones has as well. They both can play inside and out, and I love that. Newsome has been very solid for Cleveland, and I think that Jones has a lot of the same tools that I think are going to translate very well to the next level. Jarrian Jones can play inside and out. He has some solid movement skills, is a great athlete, and seems to be getting better every year. I think he can be a steal for a team down the board, and I believe that Jarrian Jones will be a 4th round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.